Hello, everyone. Catchy13 with Catchy Gaming, and I just returned from watching the Mario Galaxy movie, which I saw at my local theater in IMAX. And the only showings that they had for the IMAX were late at night, around 7 p.m. At least at my particular IMAX. So I went with IMAX because it was like a $1.50 more to watch it on that versus any other form of the movie. It was like $15 otherwise. So I just said, let's go with IMAX. So I'm going to talk about my theater experience just a little bit here. I will say I'm a little irritated that movie theaters want people to come see them. And when you pre order tickets, they charge you a convenience fee of $2. Brought my ticket with tax up to $20 to see this movie. And the whole convenience fee, yes, I know theaters are not having a good time, but it's been there for years at this point. Maybe they should drop the whole convenience thing to maybe make tickets cost a little bit less. So I checked before I went to see if there's any open spots in case my youngest brother wanted to join me, and he didn't. After I showed him the first movie, he didn't like it, which I expected. So I didn't bother asking him to join me. I wasn't going to subject him to something he potentially wouldn't want to sit through. But the theater was about 2/3 sold out in terms of its seats. I don't know how many seats that was. It's quite a few. It's like over 100. And by the time it filled up, it was probably 80 to 90% full on a weekday, people bringing their children and everything to go see this movie at 7 o'clock at night. So people were definitely excited for this movie. And I'll admit, I was kind of excited to go see it to see how they handled Mario this time around. If they did a better job with the storytelling, which I will say they did do a better job with this movie than they did with the first one. I mean, the overall vibe of the crowd is they were respectful. Yes, you heard people who got references and they're like, oh, look at that character. And even though there were small children, they were relatively quiet, which was nice. Although there was like one group of family that just thought jokes were way funnier than they actually were. It's one of my pet peeves is people laughing louder than what is actually called for or how funny the joke is. It's like, ugh. But other than that, the crowd was actually pretty good. I want to see this again, and I don't know. Maybe I can try and squeeze in a matinee or two in there. This is mainly due to the very fast pace of the movie. They did something very similar to the first Mario movie, where it's just scene after scene after scene. Although I do feel like they spent a little bit more time during certain scenes, but they were very action packed with a lot going on during those particular scenes. There are a lot of visuals in this movie, and I kind of want to see if there's something I missed in terms of, like, let's say, Easter eggs. I don't think there are as many in this one as there is in the first Mario movie. So, visually, this movie is actually really good. I like what Illumination did. They got the appearance nailed down again, at least for Mario and the denizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. Fox, yes, he's in the movie and he's actually a lot more prominent than you might think. His was a bit off. I mean, it's a close proximity or close enough that I just didn't care, but you can, like, sort of tell if you play the games that he's not quite hitting the mark, but it's very close. Particularly his attitude. He's extremely haughty, which doesn't align with what we've seen in the games, but that's okay. In terms of audio, they actually did not go with the pop songs this time, thankfully. And they stuck to the orchestral soundtrack, playing occasional Mario tunes here and there. You had the sound effects from various video games that Mario's been in, as well as all the enemies and other environments that you've seen if you've ever played all the games. It's very busy in terms of its visuals and its audio. Now, in terms of the story, it's not like the most amazing thing, but it's not nearly as bad as the first movie, where they were definitely letting the IP and the visuals do most of the heavy lifting. Now, part of the movie, I wish I could go into details, but I don't want to because I want people to go see this movie for themselves. And I know why the critics are angry at this movie, and it's probably multiple reasons. And let's face it, at this point, old school critics just aren't trustworthy with their opinions at this point in time. I mean, how many movies have we seen that they've praised have just been total trash, or movies that they've trashed have been decent or good for dumb reasons? I think one of the things they said is that Bowser's actually too evil, which, sure, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the whole entire point of a bad guy. They didn't do the whole deconstructing thing, which seems to be the trend with terrible movies liked by Hollywood and critics and their ilk. And Mario wasn't treated poorly by Peach in this. I'll go that far. He wasn't a secondhand character in his own movie, thankfully. And I hate to be vague, I really, really do, but I want you to see this movie, the people who do view it for whatever reason, because you were generous enough to click on my video. I will say it is worth a theatrical watch at least once. And if you have kids, they're gonna love this movie, especially younger children. I won't say anything about teens. I'm guessing it's gonna depend on the teen whether or not they love this movie. Now, I will say what drives a lot of this movie, yes, is the visuals, the references, the love for the IP. I mean, this whole entire universe of Mario has been around for 40 years. I mean, I guess kind of before then with, Donkey Kong and Wrecking Crew and stuff like that, the arcade games. And this is just spanning multiple generations of people who finally get to see the characters they loved as children on the big screen. But we're not counting the 93 movie. I saw that when I was a kid. And I was a dumb child, and I liked it. I watch it now, I'm like, ugh. I mean, I admit it's kind of a guilty watch every now and then. So what will happen is I'll go see it again, just to see if there's anything I missed, which I'm pretty sure there is, but I'm going to wait for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever physical media it comes out on, and I'll buy it, and I'll probably do what I did with the first movie and break it down, maybe go over some things that I think could have been better. So again, for the third time, go see this movie. It's worth watching in the theaters. I had a good time watching it this time. I wasn't like, I don't know, I had this feeling of like, after I did watching it the first Mario movie. This one I feel a lot better about. And I'm 100% positive a third Mario movie is definitely on its way. And I guess something also of note, during the previews, they had an announcement trailer for Sonic 4. That has nothing to do with the Mario movie. It just, the rise of the video game movie, at least ones that are decent enough to watch. And I'm afraid that they're gonna strip mine them and turn them into garbage. I mean, I have low expectations for anything Amazon puts out with all the IPs that they're gathering in terms of video games. Same for Netflix. So I'm hoping they'll be able to go with the trend of actually making better and better movies as time goes on. And hopefully they'll know when to stop when things start to flounder or turn sour. So I don't want to go over spoilers, and I hope no one in the comments does, if anyone actually does make a comment. So please don't do that. But for funsies, if you were to get a Nintendo character in a movie, which one would that be? Outside of Mario, obviously. I'm not going to count Star Fox because his time with the movie was, although more prominent than I thought, it's not a standalone movie. Anyways, if you made it this far into my rambling, thanks for watching. Have a good one.